After 3 speed events in a row, JBL Cup will hear the best teams of a new category. This time, it's on the strength. Hello everyone and welcome to the JBL Cup Season 2, Event 8, Jousting. It's a one team against another. 2 marbles from each team will go down into a track, trying to push a ball in the center to the other side, the other team's side. The team that manages to do better between the two will move on until only 2 teams will remain, fighting for gold. We get an explanation run here from the committee again, and the team on the left is the winner as the ball finished on the right side. We are now starting with Valdivians and Zooming Zebras. Match number 1, it's very even so far, not anymore. Almost falling into a perfect 5 at the end. 5 is the most that you can win by. Not quite, but Valdivians with ease will move on to the quarterfinals. Zooming Zebras, still no medals. The only team so far in the JBL Cup without a medal to their name. Can they get one in the next event? Maybe. But next up, Ghost Crabs and 13 Colonies. Rolling down, and it's a win for the Ghost Crabs, just barely. They managed to make it first to the ball in the center. 13 Colonies could not answer well enough. And it is a win for the Ghost Crabs. Top 2 both moving on. Next up, Whitecaps and Sapphire Spirals. And it's a close one, but it is a win for the Whitecaps. All of the top 3 moving on, the bottom 3 all out of the event already. The top teams will run away with it for now. But we have to wait and see what the others can do as well. As for match number 4, Team Blah and Sugar Crash. Ready to roll down, and Team Blah brings it back dominantly. It looked like a win for Sugar Crash, but a great recovery from Team Blah. Even though both of them fell off first, it doesn't matter as the ball finished on the Sugar Crash side. And Team Blah will be moving on. Great job from the top 4, all of them through to the next round. As next up, Silver Bullets and the Highballers. Rolling down, it's a close one. Very close in fact, but who got it? I think it might be the Highballers just barely. Did they manage to do enough? Oh, it's a close one. Yes, they did! 0.3! And that is enough to put the Highballers in the next round. Knights of Night and Cherry Clouds. Cherry Clouds are winning this, they easily win this in fact. Cherry Clouds winning without any problems whatsoever. Cherry Clouds moving on. Knights of Night with a -5, this is potentially a last place. Furious Fireworks and Brightening Knapweed for another spot, and this looks like a win for the Furious Fireworks. Good enough from the Fireworks. They managed to win the heat. Brightening Knapweed, not enough power behind it. They are out. Cannot move on again. Furious Fireworks looking good so far. Maple Leaves and Spices, top 2 from the last event. Back then it was the Maple Leaves who won, but this time it will be the Spices who get the revenge on the last event's gold, doing just enough to move on. Maple Leaves also out. 2.2, the Spices will win. And so we have the bottom 8 so far, moving on to the top. Valdivians and what a comeback from the Cherry Clouds. Look at this, Valdivians with a fantastic start. This is a win for the Ghost Crabs, obviously. They will move on to the semis, but look, Valdivians first 2, but the first Ghost Crab member stops the ball, the second one pushes it to the other side. A brilliant strategy from the Ghost Crabs, and it pays off. They move on. As the next match, Whitecaps and Team Blah. And it's a very similar strategy here pulled by Team Blah. They also move on. Whitecaps are out. Look, again. This time they use the second marble to push into the first. To push again. And it seems to pay off even better. They win with ease. Next up, Highballers and Cherry Clouds. Who will find a spot? And again, the same strategy as before. Cherry Clouds continuing the get second, get the win. And it works. Highballers are out. Cherry Clouds win the rivalry match this time around and move on to the semi-finals. And who will be their match in that fight? Furious Fireworks or Spices? But this time Furious Fireworks trying to do the same strategy as everyone else, but it didn't work out. Spices get the win. It didn't work out for Furious Fireworks. Good enough of a job from the Spices. They will move on to the semi-finals. Now we have the bottom 12. Time to find out the top 4. Team Blast starting strong, but once again, Ghost Crabs bring it back. And once more, we'll move on to the finals. They've already won the last duo event. They would like to do the same once again today. It's looking positive so far for a back-to-back gold in the duos. But who will face them off in the finals? Cherry Clouds and Spices ready to roll down. And it will be the Cherry Clouds doing just enough to stop the Spices. They will move on to the finals. Cherry Clouds and Ghost Crabs both doing really good so far in this season. In fact, Cherry Clouds are currently in a 3-event streak of only top 4 finishes. This time with a medal, unlike the last 2. But who will get bronze so far between the 2 losers of the last round? It's Spices. Who will take the bronze over Team Blood? Spices showing no problem so far. 2 medals in a row after getting none early on. But this time it's a bronze. They're still happy with this. It's a good result. But who will get gold between Ghost Crabs and Cherry Clouds? And it will be the Ghost Crabs, who with a slight push from the final marble, the second one, gets the push to the other side, and Ghost Crabs will win gold in Jousting. A great showing from all the teams, but on the podium, Spices, Cherry Clouds, and the gold medalists Ghost Crabs will finish on top today. Ghost Crabs getting into this event in second place, but they will live in first, 105 points. Zooming Zebras is still in last with no medal. Can they get into the next event, the slalom? We have to wait and see. We hope to see you by then. Until then, don't forget to keep on rolling.